Hello guys. Before we proceed to our next discussion, may I introduce myself, Claire Del Rosario, your future teacher. So in this video, I will be discussing the skin and its function, bones of skeletal system, and the major muscles of the human body. The skin is the largest organ of the body. The skin protects us from microbes and the elements help regulate body temperature and permits the sensation of touch, heat, and cold. And now, let's proceed to the parts and functions of skin. Epidermis. Epidermis is the outermost layer of skin, provide a waterproof barrier, and create our skin tone. Dermis. Dermis beneath the epidermis contain two connection tissues, hair follicles, and sweat. Hypodermis. Hypodermis is a deeper subcutaneous tissue that is made up of fat and connective tissue. Blood vessel. Blood vessels are the channel of conduits through which blood is distributed to the body tissue. The main functions of blood vessels is to carry oxygen, nutrients, and waste that need to circulate the body. Hair follicles. Hair follicles is a tunnel-shaped structure in the epidermis of the skin. The hair starts to grow at the bottom of hair follicles. The main functions of hair follicles is to produce hair fibers in a regular cycle. Sweat gland. Sweat glands are a type of exocrine gland, which are glands that produce and secrete substances into epithelial surface by way of duct. The main functions of sweat gland is to control the body temperature. Fat. Fat is a major form of energy in the body. Fat has many important functions into our body, just like storing energy, providing essential fatty acid, and so on and so forth. Connective tissue. Connective tissue is the tissue that connects, separates, and supports all the types of tissue in our body. The main function of this is to binding and supporting, protect, insulating, and etc. And now let's proceed to the different bone of skeletal system. Bone of the skull. Bone of the skull is a bony bone structure that supports the face form of protective cavity for the brain. The skull bone can be considered as two types. Those of the cranium, which consists of the original roof and original base. Humerus. Humerus is the largest bone of the upper extremity and defines the human brachium as the arm. Radius. Radius is a long bone in the forearm. It lies laterally and parallel to the ulna, the second forearm bone. Ulna. Ulna is also a long bone in the forearm. The ulna acts as the establishing bone. Ulna the radius pivoting to produce the forearm bone. Femur. Femur is the only bone in the thigh and the longest bone in the body. It acts as the site of origin and attachment of many muscles and ligaments. Fibula. Fibula is the bone located within the lateral aspect of legs, and its function is to act as an attachment for muscles and not a weight bearer. Tibia. Tibia is the main bone of lower legs, forming what is commonly known as the shin. Bone of pelvis. Bone of pelvis is also called the bone pelvis rib. The pelvis is a group of bone that can be considered as the first step in linkage of the axial skeleton. Spine. Spine is a complex structure of small bone, fusioning disc, nerves, joint, ligaments, and muscle. Ribs. Ribs are curved, flat bone which form majority of the thoracic cages. And now, let's proceed to the major muscles of the body. The muscular system. These are the major muscles of the human body. The deltoids. Deltoids is a large triangular muscles occupying the upper arm and the shoulder, giving the rounded shape. Pectorals. Pectorals are the muscles that connected to the front of human chest with the bone or upper arm and shoulder. Biceps. Biceps is any muscle that has two heads, point of origin. Abdominal muscle. Abdominal muscles are located in the ribs and pelvis of the front of the body. Abdominal muscle support the tongue. It allows movement or hold organ in the place by regulating internal abdominal pressure. Quadriceps. Quadriceps is a hip flexor and a knee extensor. It consists of 4 individual muscles. Trapezius. Trapezius is a large superficial back muscle that resembles a trapezoid. Triceps. Triceps is a muscle that runs down the back of the humerus, which is the long bone of the upper arm, and ends at the top of ulna, which is the long bone of the forearm. Latissimus dorsi. Latissimus dorsi is a climbing muscle with the arm fixed above the head. It can raise the trunk upward together with the help of pectoralis major. Gluteals. Gluteals are a group of three muscles which make up the buttocks. Hamstring. Hamstring run down the back of your leg. Form your thigh to your knee. Hamstring is responsible for our hip and knee movement. Gastrocnemius. Gastrocnemius, also called leg triceps, is an upper focal two-headed muscle that is found at the back of the lower leg of human. Yun lamang po. Thank you for watching. Hope you like this video.